Harry's wife photographing Princess Charlotte's bed. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. There has been repeated mention made of the allegation that Harry's wife took photographs of Princess Charlotte's bed and also William and Catherine's private quarters. As always, I leave it up to you to determine the veracity of those reports that state that that is what she has done. I provide you with the analysis with regard to the behaviour of a narcissist. Would a narcissist engage in? Well, first of all, emphasis of narcissism into narcissists with the various schools and categories, normal people, narcissistic people, narcissists, and empaths. What the non-narcissists in common is that they have some degree of empathic traits. They have some degree of emotional empathy. What this means is that they are more likely to recognize and respect boundaries. Those individuals are more likely to be accountable for their behaviors. In some instances, it would never even cross their mind to, for instance, take a photograph of somebody's private quarters or their child's bed. It just simply wouldn't enter their heads. However, of course, when it comes to some people, they might think, oh, do you know what? This would make quite a good photograph, wouldn't it? But then, something called their moral conscience would cause them to go, yes, but that actually isn't a fair thing to do. I wouldn't like somebody to come around poking a camera lens around my private quarters, for now, and accordingly, I wouldn't want it done to me, so I'm not going to do it to them, and therefore I am going to refrain from taking photographs of that person's private area, their child's bed, etc. And in effect, what you have is with some people, they have that subconscious guiding emotional empathy which regulates their behaviours in a particular way, so it doesn't even cause them to go there. For other people, they might consider it, but their emotional empathy acts in a way whereby they think to themselves, yes, but that's not a nice thing to do, that's not the right thing to do, and therefore they actively correct themselves. So many people don't go there because they have that self-regulating subconscious emotional empathy, and others have to think about it. However, it's not the case that all non-narcissists would never, ever do this, because there might be circumstances where their empathic traits have been pushed down, that their emotional empathy has been reduced by an external stressor. And as a consequence of that, what then occurs is that they are then motivated to behave in a less pleasant manner. So let's take, for instance, somebody could be under substantial financial pressure and they realise that they could make some money from selling this photograph. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know they ought not to do it, but circumstances dictate that they're going to do it because their need is greater than the necessity of following their moral compass. Some people, even under such duress, such as the level of their empathic traits, that even that duress would not erode those traits to cause their more narcissistic ones to come to the fore. For others, the balance between empathic and narcissistic traits is a lot finer, and therefore it doesn't take as much for those empathic traits to be eroded so that their narcissistic ones come to the fore. So it's a worthwhile examination of the way that a non-narcissist would behave. But what about a narcissist such as Harry's wife? Well, first of all, the narcissist simply doesn't care. The narcissist is regulated by the need to go wherever the narcissist wants, because any attempt to say to the narcissist, you cannot go there, you must not photograph there, is, as you know, a threat to the need for control. And therefore the narcissism ignores it. Moreover, her narcissism would not only lack that breaking effect of the empathic traits and emotional empathy, but it would deem it appropriate and necessary for Harry's wife to take such photographs because she could make money from them. So with her, there is both a lack of a brake, a regulating factor upon her behaviour, and something else which says, you should do this because it will benefit you. It will enable her to assert control over people by triangulating them with these photographs. She will derive fuel from people's reaction to them. But moreover, there would be this residual benefit of money. She doesn't care about the violation of privacy. She doesn't care that she might be breaking the law. Of course, she would recognise that she would be doing so, but in her world, her narcissism dictates to her that what she's doing is entirely appropriate, and she is Harry's wife. She's allowed to do this. She doesn't see that this is rather creepy, that she's scurrying around like the spider that she is in somebody's private area and taking pictures of it all. There's nobody there, but she wants to take pictures of somebody's bed, to take pictures of somebody's living area. And of course, in her mind, the justification is, well, I'm here, I have a camera, I can take them. Her narcissism doesn't cause her to question her activity. If she were to be challenged, she would first of all deny that she was taking such photographs. And if there was evidence that she had, she would explain, well, they're only for my personal use, they're just a keepsake, which of course would be a lie. But in that moment, when she's challenged about the reason why she's taking photographs or the fact that she is doing so at all, her narcissism then has to nullify that threat to control by causing her to respond by saying, okay, yes, I've taken them, but they're just for my personal use. At first, she might even try and throw some charm towards that individual. Come now, how about a little bit of spicy poontang if you don't say anything to anybody? Or at least being, oh, come, flirty flirt, play with hair, bat eyelashes at the individual for the purposes of, you don't want to say anything, you let it be a little secret between you and I. And then, of course, if that individual said, well, no, I'm going to insist that you delete them, she would then attempt to pull rank. Who do you think you are? You don't tell me what to do. I could make life very difficult for you, issuing a threat. Whether she has taken such photographs of Princess Charlotte's bed and William and Catherine's private quarters does indeed remain a point of speculation. Is it something that a narcissist would do? Absolutely. Is it something that Harry's wife might do? Absolutely. It's not to say that she would for definite, but more so than anybody else, she'd be more likely to do as a consequence of her narcissism telling her that she can do what she wants and that the consequences aren't applicable to her because she is Harry's wife and she gets to do whatever she wants. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.